This is the unedited version of Convos with Mom. My name is Aaron Attadero. That's my mom over there, Miss Birdie Allison.
Hello.
And this is going to be the long conversation before any of this is cut up for videos or shorts. So just letting you know, this is the entire unedited conversation between my mom and myself.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
A quick note to our sponsor. Thank you so much to the El Centro Aquatic Center. We will be talking about them later. They have their movies Under the Stars during the summer coming up. Thank you for sponsoring the show, and we'll talk about those in a bit.
Okay, thank you, Aquatic Center.
You ready, Mom?
I'm ready.
Do you have any idea what we're talking about today?
I have no clue.
Very good. All right, so we'll start with this. I'm just going to read you the headline, and you will kind of just react to it. Is that fair?
That sounds fair to me.
All right, so press 2 for Spanish. When did the DMV decide an accent counts as translation? You know about this?
I do not know about this.
For months, callers to the Washington State Department of Licensing who selected the Spanish language phone option got an AI voice speaking English with an accent.
Oh, really?
Hello, thank you for calling Washington by DMV.
Oh, well, I get a lot of calls that have a different accent than either English or Spanish.
But if you choose to speak Spanish, that's the number you chose. You hope they're speaking the language, right?
You would hope so,
Not
yes.
just an accent.
Yeah.
So do you think this is... I mean, how long did that happen for? I mean, why would they do that?
I do not know why.
So this is an AI doing it. This says AI. This is a good example of how humans are thinking AI is going to be able to just run their lives for them so easily and effortlessly. But this is a major fuck up that was happening for like four months.
Well, I know a long time ago, though, they also said, press 1 for English.
Right? Does a guy go like, hello, laddie.
Yes,
welcome
sometimes
to
they
the DMV. Well, they turned Irish right there. So is this offensive?
To me, it's not offensive. It just takes up more of my time.
To listen to somebody? Well, you never pushed number 2.
I know. I never pushed number 1. I just started talking.
You've only gone number 1. You know what? I'm thinking, what if you pushed a button that said for redneck, push 1. And when you push it, it goes like, hey, y'all, welcome to the DMV.
I would understand it perfectly.
Because you're a redneck?
No, because...
You have some family that's rednecks.
I do.
I do too. I mean, we have the same family.
We do have the same family.
They look more like you than they do me.
Well, yes, they do.
Pale.
Very pale.
Freckled.
Yes, and freckled.
Fishing.
And reddish hair.
Reddish hair. Mm-hmm. So anyway, this is an interesting thing. The AI, people talk about AI all the time. You know, I've worked with AI for a long, long time now. And I'm here to tell everyone that's worried about it that it's pretty dumb.
I don't know. I like some of it.
I like it too. It helps. But overall, it's not going to take over the world. It has no human aesthetic to it. It does not understand anything.
I've learned, though, by looking at Facebook and seeing somebody's beautiful writings, that because I have used the AI prompt on the writings, that, they didn't write this. This is AI.
Yeah, it's easy to. It's like overly like a flowery language. It's like, this is written by an AI.
Right.
The heavy weight of the butterfly as its wings flushed into the night sky. I'm like, shut up, AI.
That's AI, yes.
I mean, imagine it was writing like, like softcore porn.
Well, some of the things that I read, I think it's really beautiful the way the people are saying it. But then at the end of it that they didn't say it because you know that person.
Especially if you know that person and you know how they talk in real life.
That's not that person.
It's kind of like the guy from the Green Book.
Right.
The guy was writing letters to his wife. At first he's saying, you look like the landscape and the trees, all
That's
pretty.
Right.
And by the end he was writing like the doctor's poetic.
He was writing the very poetic stuff.
All right, well, AI is a poet, but it doesn't know it.
I guess.
All right, let's move on. I have the button again.
Okay.
You okay with the button?
I'm okay with the button. Push the button.
All right, so when your bagged lettuce comes with a live frog, is that considered organic?
Oh, I would think so.
There was a frog there was a lady in Western Australia who bought a bag of lettuce, I brought it home to make a salad, and when she opened it up, a frog jumped out.
Wow, that's very fresh lettuce.
You ever have frog legs?
I have.
You think she had frog legs?
I do not know.
Well, of course you don't know, but how about you have frog legs?
Oh, I think frog legs are very good.
Yeah, I've had frog legs too. They taste like chicken.
They do taste like chicken.
Everything tastes like a dinosaur.
So
ultimately.
does alligator taste like chicken.
Yeah, this is what dinosaurs taste like.
I guess.
So this lady, she's a shopper in Western Australia. They released the frog after naming it Greg. Why would you name the frog Greg, you Aussies?
I don't know.
Named him Freg and released it in a nearby pond, and then watched the fish eat it.
Oh, that's probably true.
And they're like, "Be free, Greg!" And then gulp.
Gulp, gulp, gulp.
So the store apologized, calling it an isolated incident, and said it was investigating their suppliers.
Well, I wonder where the lettuce came from.
Where did the frog come from? How did it get in there?
Well, the lettuce must have been somewhere near a pond.
Sure, but a frog can, find its way into a garden.
I'm sure it could.
But what I don't understand is, how does the frog get in the bag? I mean, how do you not notice it's in there as you're packaging it up?
Because there's different kinds of frogs. There's the water frog, and then there's the frog that messes around
the garden
in your garden.
frog.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, there's the metal frog. It's like, ribbit.
That's true.
Sorry, I made myself laugh. But, you have... I'm just thinking, this is an AI thing again. Is this an automated problem? Is like some machine just putting the stuff in the bag without realizing what's going in the bag?
No, I don't think so.
We need some humans in there?
I think humans also get behind on what goes in the bag.
I mean, could this just be a free pet?
Could be.
You got, look at this one came with a frog.
Came with a frog.
Your neighbor's like, mine came with a lizard.
Okay.
Mine's a dead cat. Anyway, Mom, so free animals coming in the Australian lettuce packages. Okay. Interesting or not interesting?
As long as it was a nice little frog, makes a good pet.
It's a nice little frog. It was fish food, Mom, remember?
No. It's a nice little pet.
All right, let's move on. Moving on nice and quickly and briefly. We have to maybe slow down a little bit, but it's kind of fun here. Do you know about, how about this headline? If you found skeletons in the closet, do you think that there should actually be skulls in the room too?
I am sure, but I think skeletons in the closet doesn't mean there's actual bones in there.
No, this is a metaphor. You're right. But there was a contractor renovating a law office building in South Carolina near Winthrop University where they discovered a human skull in the crawl space.
Ooh, Law and Order.
It is like Law and Order, bum bum. And but it's kind of like it's just sitting there, just a skull.
Oh, well, I wonder how it got there.
There are lawyers in there, they're headhunting.
Yeah, but maybe it was somebody's favorite person and they didn't want to let go of the skeleton.
What was going on in that room before the lawyers moved in?
Well, I don't know, but maybe somebody lost a really good friend and the skeleton got to stay.
What?
Got to stay around.
This is like a Hamlet thing?
Skeleton,
He's holding the skull up and talking to him?
That's right.
Well, I don't know. I would be, once I moved in, and I was told, sorry, you can't move in right now because they found human bones on the property.
Because there's a skeleton in your closet?
There's a skeleton in there, that's right. Do you think you'd still want to stay there and make that your office?
I don't know that I'd want to stay there at all. Because how did that skeleton get there would be my question.
Right. Was it like on the shoulder of a rat as he cruised in? Like, I think this one's done, Billy,
Or before it became a skeleton, it might have been a creepy person.
But why just the head? It's just the skull they found. The skeleton is the joke, but there's just the skull in there.
Just the skull. I don't know why anybody would want to keep somebody's head unless it was smarter than they were.
Back in the day, this was a sport where you played soccer with the beheaded heads of...
With the head?
Yeah. They actually did do that in Aztecan times. Did you know that?
Maybe that was somebody's favorite soccer ball.
They're like, this one is when we won the big game.
That's right.
You know how you clean the meat off the bone?
I do not.
You have to put it in a container filled with this special beetle.
Oh, and then they eat it off?
They eat all the sinew and flesh and everything until it's a perfectly perfect bone.
So is that a good meal for the beetles?
I'll go get mine. I'll show you right now.
Okay.
Just kidding. All right, Mom, are you a McCarthy fan?
McCarthy.
The Beatle.
Oh, he's okay.
How do you feel about the backlash? He played on Saturday Night Live the other day.
Well, I think that he probably didn't do a very good job because
he's an old man.
He's old, and you
Yeah.
know, maybe he has problems breathing and stuff. So you know, give him a break.
Well, let me ask you this. So Paul McCartney, who's in his 80s, playing songs from when he was in his 30s that he wrote, and he's trying to hit notes that kind of a younger man should be hitting, and he just doesn't sound great, right?
Now remember, I'm in my 80s.
I know that, but you're also not singing songs on a stage at Saturday Night Live.
Well, I could.
Does greatness owe the world continued performance, or is there dignity in knowing when to stop?
I think he should know when to stop, and it's kind of sad that that was his last hurrah.
Well, it will be now because he's not going to be invited back. So I'm just like, let's make a kind of like a parallel here. So what if you had like, say Marilyn Monroe was still with us, right? And now she's prancing around at 80. And they go like, hey, can you come over here and put on this skimpy dress and show us your 80-year-old body in a very sexual way? Do you think people would be like, oh, look, it's Marilyn Monroe?
I don't think anybody would even bother.
What about, is this happening to Madonna right now?
Oh, I don't know anything about Madonna.
Madonna's been running around in her underwear again, and she's grandma. And 50 Cent was going like, Grandma, please put some clothes on.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she's improved her grandma body.
Do you want your grandma to be wearing garters at the dinner party? Sitting on people's laps going, you look sexy tonight. It's gross.
Well, how old is she anyway?
I don't know. I mean, she's in her 60s. Ask your phone. You got your phone on you?
I don't.
I don't have any way.
I don't really care how old she is, but...
You asked. Well, you're telling me you don't care after you asked the question.
I mean, if she's going to run around in her 90s, how old is she?
Well, she's an older woman. So do you think she should be running around with her boobs out with a little skirt? She'd send a picture of herself underneath the bed with just her legs sticking out of it with her high heels on and her panties.
Well, maybe she's had a lot of body work and she wants to show it off.
She's had a lot of people work on her body, that's for sure.
That's right.
Well, I'm just saying, this is an older person trying to act young.
Well,
do you feel weird when you see an old man with earrings on and his, necklace, and he's like 60s and you're just like looking at him going like, dude,
no, it doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me. I think they're trying to maybe get their youth back because maybe they didn't have a good youth in the beginning.
Wow. Because they didn't have a good youth in the beginning, so they're trying to relive their youth.
Relive their youth, yeah.
What happened to them?
Well, who knows? Maybe life was cruel to them, but now that they're older, they think, oh, now's the time.
My dad didn't let me run around in panties.
That's right.
Now that he's not around, I'm running around panties all the time.
That's right. I personally, at my age, would not be running around in my panties, although I probably could, and I'm not that bad.
Okay. Yeah, but you wouldn't expect it, though.
No, you would not expect it.
So why are we expecting Paul to be, a sexy, hot girl in this analogy on the stage of Saturday Night Live?
Well, I think he probably didn't realize what he was getting into because he doesn't want to face the fact that he's now old.
Was this like kind of like a fuck you to the age of aging? I'm going to play
Probably
anyway.
Probably so.
I don't give a shit.
I'm going to play. But you know what? We don't want, as we get older, for people to think that we're nothing anymore.
Well, then we don't think Paul McCartney's nothing, Ma. We just think that maybe he should not sing, Live and Let Die on Saturday Night Live.
Well, he was right there. Live or let die.
Live or let die. It's like the poor dude. Like, no, stop doing it, dude. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our sponsor very quickly. You want to read this? Or you want me to read it?
Go ahead.
It says, looking for the perfect family night this Memorial Day weekend. Is it going to be Memorial Day already?
Yes, Monday.
Come make a splash at the El Centro Aquatic Center on Saturday, May 30th for their summer movie night. Doors open at 5 p.m. so you can swim and play in the lazy river, activity pools, and slides as the sun goes down. Then grab a spot, float in the water, or relax poolside and enjoy Zootopia 2 Under the Stars. It's the ultimate mix of swimming, snacks, and family fun all in one evening. Just $5 to admit yourself per person. Bring the whole crew and make unforgettable summer memories. El Centro Aquatic Center, where summer fun makes a splash. Call them at 760-335-4550 or follow them on Facebook and Instagram for more details. Thank you, El Centro Aquatic Center.
Thank you. And that sounds like a lot of fun. You guys should try it.
It is going to be fun. It's going to be, they do one movie a month over the summer.
Yes, I understand that. And they also have for old ladies. Hey, Paul McCartney. They have they have aerobics in their pool.
They do. They do have aerobics in their pool.
So that would be fun.
Would that be fun?
That would be.
I think so too. I like swimming between the people as they do aerobics.
Well, they look like there's room.
There is lots of room.
And they hold these little butterflies in their hands as they swim them around.
What does that mean? Butterflies in their hands?
Well, exercise your fingers as you're putting the little butterflies in the air.
Wow.
While you're doing your aerobics.
This is an analogy.
Yes.
Put the butterflies. Did someone tell you that while you were doing?
Oh, I saw the picture on Facebook.
And it says butterflies with your hands?
Throw out the rainbow while you're
Throw out the rainbow. Is it a gay man teaching?
Your aerobics.
Put the butterflies and put out the rainbow.
That's right.
Come on, ladies.
Come on in, ladies.
All right, let's do another one of these. Let's see. How bad does your homeowners association have to be before your mountain lion starts using your guest house? Know about this?
I do not know about this.
The mountain lion, a California homeowner, kept finding large animal droppings on the roof of his guest house.
Oh, wow. Where'd they live?
Let's see. They lived in California. It doesn't really specify.
Up in the mountains?
Probably. After repeated incidents, he eventually came face to face with a mountain lion using the roof as a perch to poop on.
Oh, great.
Can you imagine that? You walk outside, you're grabbing your paper. People still grab the paper. You walk outside to check out your phone, the news on your phone.
Or your mail.
Or your mail, and you look up there, and there's just a big cat taking a dump.
Taking a dump.
That's what I said.
That'd be kind of scary.
Would it be?
As long as he's taking a dump, I don't think it'd be too dangerous, so you could get yourself back away from him.
That's what the cat's thinking. It's like, you're lucky, punk. I'd come fuck you up.
That's right.
But right now, I'm busy pinching one.
busy.
I'm pinching a loaf right now.
Yeah. I guess.
Well, I don't know what other euphemism you use. It says, at what point does mysterious roof poop become less of a pest issue and more of a you now live in its neighborhood?
Well, I'm thinking that must be a neighborhood that you're now living in its neighborhood.
You're living in its neighborhood now, huh?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of bear interactions lately on the internet.
I have too.
That's kind of scary. I mean, I'm a city boy. I mean, I would rather have like a guy named Spider in an alley approach me than a goddamn bear.
Well, yeah. You have to be able to outrun the bear.
No, you couldn't outrun the bear. Bear is very fast.
Okay, so they say.
So they say, why don't we have a race?
Yeah. I'm going to say I haven't seen too many bears racing with humans.
But we're not talking about like a homosexual bear.
So who knows?
We're talking about an actual bear.
I am too.
We're not talking about like, a bearded
A big black bear.
A big black bear. Well, there's two versions of that. So I just want to make sure we're talking about the same thing.
But we are.
All right. Well, I don't think you can outrun a bear. Have you seen a bear climb a tree?
I have.
And people run up a tree to hide from the bear. What a dumb thing to do, right?
Yes, what a dumb thing to do.
You need bear spray.
What you need to do is not move, so I was told.
I read a book about animal killings by Mary Roach. Thank you, Mary. And they say that you can tell when a bear kills versus anything else because it is without any reason. It's just complete maniacal swinging of paws and stuff. It doesn't know what it's doing. It just freaks out on you.
Oh, crazy bear.
Yeah, because a cat will break your neck or it'll do something quick. I mean, the whole point is to kill you as quick as possible, to end the fight as fast as possible. Where the bear is kind of, I don't know what's happening right now, but I'm just trying to survive by killing you.
So the bear will give you a chance.
The bear will slaughter you in a very random way.
Not if you can outwit the bear.
Which is kind of true for a homosexual man, too.
I guess.
You ever fight one of those before? It's just flailing limbs, and you just got to watch out.
No, I have not ever fought one of those. Thank you.
Well, you know what? There's been things where coyotes take people's DoorDash, or their
yes,
packages
I've seen
and
that
stuff.
too. Yeah.
They're just leaving their food. How close to the mountains do you need to live?
Well, for that coyote to take your lunch, I would think pretty close.
What's your preference? Living in a city where there's a lot of humans. And, of course, I'm always a big fan of living amongst humans. I know some of them are crazy, but it makes me feel alive. Whereas living outdoors, I'm afraid of the wildlife killing me because I just happen to walk across their cub bin or the cub pen or whatever they keep their little babies.
Well, I'm not crazy of overcrowded people, but I don't think I'd want to live in the mountains where there's a lot of animals too.
Where's the middle ground at? Sacramento?
Maybe the little outskirts of town.
Out there, like maybe Riverside?
Here we are talking about big cities, and we live in this little El Centro.
Well, we do, but, I'm much more of a city boy than you are a city girl.
So you're a Los Angeles person, and I'm just a country girl.
I know how to ride a subway. I know how to avoid, people.
I know how to drive a car.
You look at their shoes. If they're real dirty, you just keep on the other side of the car.
Oh, get on the other side of the subway.
All right, Mom. How about this one? This should be good. You worked in the school for a very long time.
Yes, I did.
A high school has 21 valedictorians. Is that academic excellence or just participation trophies? You know about this?
No, I don't know about that, but I would think that was academic preferences.
Yeah, you're only supposed to have one valedictorian.
You're only supposed to have one, but if they all came out with the same score, how do you choose?
Well, how can all 21 people have straight A's?
They copied each other's homework.
Jericho High School on Long Island. It's a bunch of Long Island guys. They're like, look, everybody here, you're going to get A's, right? 21 of you, valedictorian. Congratulations. Welcome to Harvard.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a class of 2026. It's a school record. The school awards valedictorian status, valedictorian, I'll say that again, based on letter grades, not decimal GPA ranking. A 97 or higher counts as an A+, which created the tie. So they didn't exactly tie. They just all got A+.
They all got an A+. Well,
I don't know. What number does valedictorian stop meaning? I mean, if you can't claim valedictorian if there's 20 other of them.
Well, what they should have done was draw straws, and whoever got the tiniest little straw, that's the winner.
This is like that cartoon where the whole family are superheroes. What is it called? The Incredibles? Where they go where the little kid says, by saying everybody's special is the same way of saying no one is.
Well, that's true too.
So you're going to give everybody an A+. Now you're just all average. So it means nothing now.
Well, it depends on how many people didn't get an A+.
3. I don't know how many people went there. That's a good question, Mom. I have no idea. It says, is this a heartwarming story about academic achievement or evidence that wealthy school districts have turned college admissions into the Olympics for teenagers?
Well, they're all using AI, so.
That's true. None of them know what they're doing anymore. They're all same poetic bullshit.
So how do you do it?
Well, you become the same person over and over again until you all mean nothing. This is how they take over. AI grinds all the edges off. You're going to have some punk rock people in there, Ma. Like me.
Yeah, that's true, like you.
You're going to have some people out there going like, this is stupid. We're not paying attention to computers. Get out of here. Right?
No, I don't think that's true.
I don't want to be a valedictorian. I want to be saladictorian, which is second place.
I want to be second place.
Good enough, Ma. All right, we're going to move on. We've got a couple more stories here. It says, how bad is the economy when a family has to squeeze entertainment out of a Slinky?
I don't really understand what that means.
Well, you don't have any more money. We can't go see a movie. We can't see some live shows. We can't watch.
So we're using the Slinky for entertainment?
That's all we got left.
That's all we got left?
We're just playing with Slinkies.
Okay. Well, hopefully you have a stairway.
Well,
that would make it more fun.
Excellent transition, Birdie May. The Luchinger family of Ohio set a Guinness World Record for the most stairs descended by a Slinky.
Hey.
53.
There you go.
They all stood around and they broke the previous record of 30 set in the UK in 2014, of 12 years ago.
So then there's a lot of people that can only afford a Slinky.
That's all they're doing. He's like, family gather around. I found a very large house.
Yeah. So we now can play with the Slinky.
Well, because at one floor, that's interesting. One floor is typically 16 steps, right?
Maybe.
Maybe. No, that's what it is. It's like 8 feet, a step every half foot, 16 steps.
Okay, well then
I think.
maybe they had 2 stories up, and
There's some woodworker out there.
and it had a little turn so that the slinky knew when to turn, and so that.
I know that,
that's why
but 53 steps, let's do the math. That's 32,
That's a
48.
castle.
That's almost 4 floors. It's 3.5 floors.
That's a castle.
So that's got to be one long.
Long stairway.
Where are they finding this thing?
I don't know.
This attempt happened at a stadium, Mom.
Oh.
They went to a stadium and put a slinky on there. And
How could they afford the stadium?
how did they get in? They broke in and brought their YouTube cameras. Westerville, Ohio, after the family tested multiple commercially available slinkies to find the best performer. They were going to break this record no matter what.
I don't know. The gas to get there and the price of the stadium, I would say they were doing okay.
What's the point of this?
Yeah.
I mean, are people going to remember you for your slinky record?
Maybe for a little while, but not for long.
And what about the youngest member of this family? Is he standing there going like, "Can somebody please kill me now?"
Probably.
I mean, this is the most boring thing.
Don't want to do this.
Or maybe there's a young boy who's very excited. He's all like, "We're going to break the record, yeah!" Then there's a girl that's sitting there going like, I just wanted to watch K-pop Demon Hunters.
I'd rather have ice cream.
I'd rather have ice cream than to play with this goddamn slinky. At what point does fun family activity become Dad has absolutely lost control of his mind?
When they start playing with the slinky down the stairway.
If your kid asked to spend 6 months optimizing a slinky run, are you encouraged to help them out with that? 6 months? Is that really true? 6 months creating a future supervillain. Now, that's a dumb question.
What about the little guy with the marbles?
Which one?
Well, I know there's several of them, but I'm sure it took them a while to create the marble run.
Yeah, there's cool marble runs. I like marble runs. They're fun. Have you seen some of those? You've seen them on YouTube because I've watched them.
I have seen them. Not my favorite thing.
There's a marble run, I want to say, in Amsterdam that has like 10,000 marbles, and it's just on a constant loop.
Just imagine how much of your time is wasted watching 10,000 marbles run down a runway.
Well, it depends on how much you like marbles.
I guess you'd have to like them a lot.
Well, I mean, don't disparage the marble community here.
I don't. I think people should enjoy their marbles.
People like marbles. But not you, I can tell.
We don't all have enough marbles.
Well, they used to be more popular before we got iPads.
This is true.
So marbles were a very big deal.
We had marbles and jacks. And all
yeah,
that
but
sort of
nowadays,
stuff.
there's no need. You just
But
lose
no
your marbles.
iPads.
Nowadays, you don't play with marbles, you lose your marbles.
You lose your marbles.
Thank you.
And you wish somebody had marbles.
Yes.
Got a few marbles missing.
Some steelies.
That's right.
We watched a girl talk about how a girl could have balls.
That's right.
What was the name of that? Echavandal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. A woman can, what is it? She can grow a pair, is what she said.
They can grow up hair, yeah.
And then she can have lady hair.
That's right.
And then, something about a bear, making you unaware.
I guess. I know I saw her, but I wasn't really paying attention.
You don't want to continue the rhyme?
No, I don't know any more of that rhyme.
We can share a stare. Beware
With a slinky.
of my chest hair. Okay, Mama, moving on. Let's do one more. Maybe we do 2 more. Are you pointing at this one? What are you pointing at?
That vitamin D one.
You want to talk about the vitamin D?
I think so.
All right. Is your chronic pain actually just your body's way of saying, have you tried a little more sun?
Well, it's really hard for some people to try a little more sun. Like me, I become a very ripe tomato.
Yeah, that's true. You're a white lady. You're a green-eyed redhead.
Yes, and get very red when I get out in the vitamin D sun.
Yeah, but you still need to have vitamin D.
But you still need to have it in order for you to be able to move along.
Well, that's an interesting study. Researchers studying breast cancer surgery patients found that those with low vitamin D levels were about 3 times more likely to experience moderate to severe post-operative pain. Patients with vitamin D deficiency also use significantly more opioid pain medications during recovery than patients with higher vitamin D levels. Vitamin D kind of curbs the pain.
Well, I know that I don't take enough vitamin D and I don't get out in the hot sun, but I don't have pain either.
Huh. That's
So
all the whiskey.
Is that to tell them that their reports are wrong?
Maybe you just have a high pain tolerance.
Maybe so, but
have you seen some people like you barely touch them, they're like, oh, their pain tolerance is very, very low.
Well, not really. Maybe they jerk a little bit, but they don't go, ow.
I just look towards the horizon with a blank face. I can take a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I just go to my happy place. I'm all right.
Well, I know that you need the sun, but I don't like the sun because that's when I get pain. If I'm out in the sun and I become a tomato, then I have pain.
What's the more depressing possibility? The pain, your chronic pain is a complex medical mystery, or you're basically been outmaneuvered by going indoors. So you're indoors all the time because you don't like going out there, and then you're like, man, I just don't feel so well. What's more depressing? You're cave dwelling?
They're both depressing, I think, because you have to...
A sunroof may be good for a house. How about that?
Yeah, sunroof is good.
Yeah, a little net.
Sun can come in
keep
and
the bird
you
shit
can
out.
Close it off when you want to.
Yeah, we need a sunroof in here.
But also, to keep the sun away from you, you have to wear different kind of clothing, which then you get overheated. So what happens? Does the vitamin D help with that?
Maybe it would be funny if a doctor said, every day let me do his accent.
Okie dokie.
It's like every day at noon, you need to stand under the sun. 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And then go back in and no more pain.
When you become a red tomato, it's time to stop.
I think my impression's better.
I don't know. It sounded more like my doctor.
You sound like a Romanian murderer.
Oh, no.
I sound like a doctor from India. And
most of them are.
They're like, you will be in my belly soon. Yeah. Interesting accent. Anyway, so you want to know about the vitamin D? Vitamin D deficiency directly alleviates some pain.
Yes, so be sure you take your vitamin D pills or stand in the sun.
Listen, but don't take too many because then you'll have, problems with...
Then what happens?
You take too many, you'll have
You never get pain?
No. It's like, I think I'm dying, but I can't feel it. No, you get... it doesn't help you with your calcium depletion. That's why they add vitamin D to the calcium. It kind of balances it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, if you take too much vitamin D, your bones will go like, I don't need any of this.
But there's no pain.
Yeah, all your limbs will be broken on the ground.
Yeah, as you fall to the ground, well, I'm not hurting.
Have you seen my suntan? I look beautiful. All right, Ma. The last one. This is the darkest one, but I found it appropriate for you a little bit. And
is there bats in it?
There's no bats in it, but I found it to be quite funny. During your execution, is it annoying when it takes an hour for the doctor to find a vein?
It is for me because that happens a lot.
But you're not during your execution.
Well, no, I haven't been executed yet, but...
Would you care? You're being executed, but is it annoying? Can you get it in there?
Well, no. The longer he takes, the more alive I am.
Well, you're notoriously thin-veined, Mom.
I am.
So finding blood veins is a problem. You complain about it.
Well,
he poked me 4 times.
Yeah, 4 times, and I have to say, sorry, that's it, buddy.
Yeah, so you don't like it. So this is a true story where Tennessee attempted to execute a death row inmate, Tony Carruthers, on May 21st via lethal injection, but the procedure was halted after officials failed to establish the required backup IV line despite more than an hour of attempting it.
Well, maybe they forgot that they make baby needles and they needed a baby
They need a little one in there.
Yeah.
But he couldn't have any needles. They couldn't get anything in there. An hour.
So with me, it's finally after the 4th try. Oh, maybe I need a baby needle.
But think about the psychological thing for this Tony guy. Because this is it for me. My life is now over. This will be my last moment on earth. You're out in the room. People are staring at you. You're in your chair. You're in the whatever, however they're doing it. And they just need to insert the IV in there to make sure that the poison's going in and you're good or whatever. And this is it. Fuck off, Tony. You were a bad person. And then an hour later, you're like, what do you want for dinner?
What's your last meal, buddy?
And what's your second last meal? Because you've already had one. It's interesting, right?
Yes, it is.
It's just like, it's a bigger indictment. The morality of the death penalty, or the state apparently hiring whoever usually does tattoos behind a vape shop. Who is this person that's putting they couldn't find any nurse to do this? Any nurse could have done it in an hour. Don't you agree?
Some of them.
Some of them. It's one guy. I had one guy shoot my blood across I've told you this, though.
Yeah.
He shot the blood from the tube across the wall in the doctor's office. I think it was a brand new nurse, and I was like, look at that. Good shot, buddy. Literally, my blood flying across the wall.
Well, at least stream. He got the vein.
He did get the vein, but he didn't collect any blood. He got it all over the room.
I had mine done over a week ago, and I still have bruises.
Well, just a botched killing.
Yeah, well, I personally don't agree with all of that.
You don't like the eye for an eye kind of thing?
I think the eye for eye should be, if you harm my family, then I'm the one that gets to be the eye for eye.
Oh, I see.
Take care of you.
Yeah.
They don't put you on a table in front of people who you don't know and stick a needle in you.
I hear you.
They let me do it.
Sure, but the idea is, you don't want someone losing their mind in there, because if you're the one doing it, next thing you know, you're like carving them up with weird things. You just have someone do it professionally.
That's right.
Because if I let you in there, then you're in there like kicking him in the nuts and dropping an elbow on his forehead and just like beating the shit out of him.
Maybe if it back in the time whenever you got ordered to death by needles or whatever.
Death by needle, okay.
Maybe it would have been better if it had been death by a rifle. Yeah,
they have death by rifles, but depending on the state you're in, some people find it inhumane to shoot somebody dead.
So sticking a needle in somebody's arm is not inhumane?
Think about all the different ways you could. Death by cow flatulence. Put them in a room where everybody's farting.
Or like the Green Mile, when they put the thing on their head and then pull the electrical thing.
Put the water on the sponge.
That's crazy.
Well, you need for the electricity to conduce itself through the body. You can't. Dry sponge is nothing.
I remember from school, we took the 8th graders to San Quentin, and we actually...
You watched somebody get killed?
No, there was nobody back there anymore, but some of the kids actually wanted to sit in that electric chair.
It's fun.
I thought, ooh, I'm not sitting in that.
I had it's a cultural thing. So if you're Eastern European, you don't do that. You don't touch somebody. If you say, like, my back hurts, and you point at a part of their body, they'll go like, whoa, don't give me your injury, right? And this is interesting. I didn't know. I worked with a few of them in Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they have, somebody came in, a friend of mine came in, and she had crutches. She got hurt in a ski accident. And I grabbed her crutches and started playing on them. And 2 of my coworkers that were from Eastern Europe came over and like, bro, stop doing that. You're asking for.
So anyway, you're doing your own fate there by.
Yeah, you are asking to be injured
playing around
by, using her crutches and her injury.
That's the same way I felt about one time at the Elks Lodge when we were downstairs and we had swap meet going, and we had a wheelchair there, and somebody got in the wheelchair and was doing wheelies and stuff.
Yeah.
I thought, that's kind of sad.
You're asking for it.
That might be you one of these days.
The world, the gods of the world will go like, is this what you want? Okay, here you go.
You think this is fun? I'll give you one.
Like, bro, don't tempt the fates.
That's right.
That's why they walked up to me and they were just shaking their head, looking like, look at this idiot. Put those down. But if they didn't care, they probably wouldn't have said that to me, right?
They probably wouldn't.
They liked me. They really liked me.
Hurt.
Is that good, Mom? You good?
I'm good.
38 minutes. Very good. This is Convos with Mom. My name is Aaron Natadero, and that is my mother, Bertie Mae Allison.
Hello.
Hello. And this is the unedited long version. We are on Facebook. Come hang out with us on Facebook. Mostly local people that we are here in the Imperial Valley and into the Yuma counties. They are part of our local community. You can be a part of our story on the Facebook page. You can go to YouTube and be more part of the world's vibe with videos there and shorts there as well. We have a Substack right now, but I'm kind of like not happy with how hard it is for people to get on there if they're not already a Substack person. The barrier to entry is kind of hard, so I will be struggling on building a website for Convos with Mom that will be us alone. Does that bother you?
So you feel sad for those who are having to struggle?
Well, I don't want them to struggle to hang out with us.
That's right.
So if they want to come hang out with us, so what happens is this: you go, if you don't have a Substack, if you already have it, you just pick us, right?
Yeah.
Hang out with them. But if you're not a member of Substack, you have to put in your email, and then you got to verify your email, and then you got to pick other people to follow. That's not us. You got to pick like 5. And you're like, why do I got to hang out with these other people?
You know their emails too?
Not their emails, just the accounts, and it's like a half-hour excursion.
I know. I went on Substack. It took a while, but
it bothers me. I mean,
I made it.
It's a cool place. It's just, if you're not already there, it's unfortunate. Where you can go to our website once it's done, then you'll be able to hang out with us there. You can put your email in for future endeavors and everything else that happens there without having to worry about following other people.
So come on out and join us on Convoys with Ma.
Convoys? You driving a truck?
We're driving a truck. And meet my son Aaron.
You don't have to meet me. Anyway, until next time, again, watch the videos, check out the shorts, follow us again on Facebook, follow us on YouTube, subscribe, push the buttons. Touch your what, Mom?
Touch your buttons and bows.
Touch your bells and buttons.
Touch your bells and buttons.
Nobody touch what?
Buttons and bows.
Bows?
Buttons and bows and...
Well, I don't know that one at all. All right, good job, Ma.
Okay, goodbye, guys.
See ya.